My opponent and his running mate are new to foreign policy.
With the nation watching, President Obama takes the stage at the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte, looking to convince America he's their man for the next 4 years. Good evening, everyone. I'm JB Buno. Thanks for joining us here on the late edition in high definition. It's been an interesting couple of weeks for President Obama. He's heard from the critics and doubters at last week's Republican National Convention. In the last few days, it's been nothing but support from the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte. Through all the political storylines at both conventions, we've heard from WENY TV News Washington correspondent Ted Fioraliso, who joins us live by phone from Charlotte, where President Obama just wrapped up a short time ago. Good evening, Ted. How are we doing?
Good evening to you, JB, from Charlotte tonight. Well, President Obama had some big shoes to fill tonight after that big speech by former President Bill Clinton last night, and he really did get the crowd going. Now, in his speech tonight, President Obama, similar to the Republicans, said that there are two different paths in this election cycle, and he says the choice is clear. He hopes voters will stick with him for another 4 years. He says what he needs to do will not be quick and easy. He did set some goals for the second term, including focusing on manufacturing, where he wants to create 1 million new manufacturing jobs by the end of 2016. He also wants to focus on energy, and this will be of interest to folks in the Twin Tiers. He wants to support 600,000 natural gas jobs by the end of the decade. He also wants to focus on education, national security, and reducing the deficit. JB?
Ted, now we've heard from Romney. That was last Thursday, and you joined us live here on the late edition. We've heard from President Obama. Now tonight, Election Day is drawing closer. I mean, really, where do we go from here? Where do we go now?
Well, starting tomorrow, the president's right back on the campaign trail. He'll be in New Hampshire and then in Iowa. And as for the delegates, the Twin Tiers delegation, they return home, and they'll be going door to door, getting out the vote over the next 2 months. Now, I heard today from Jonathan Karl, an ABC News correspondent, who told me that he doesn't think that there will be a big bounce in the polls after this convention, because most Americans have already made up their minds about this race. So instead of they are focusing on those battleground states and the independent folks in those states, and for the rest of us, we're going to have to listen to 2 more months of political ads, JB.
All right, thank you very much, Ted. Once again, that's Ted Fioraliso, WENY TV News Washington correspondent from Charlotte. Thank you very much, Ted. And as Election Day draws closer, keep it right here on WENY TV News. And Ted will bring us the very latest on election 2012.